I would like to read a poem that I wrote about hearing about a murdered transsexual, and I want to dedicate it to the memories of those of us who passed and to all of you here today. It's entitled Jane Doe. Chicago, windy city, moved from Nashville, Tennessee. No one needs to feel your pain, your suffering except for me. Through all the anguish, striving to be accepted, taking a risk and never given a chance to live your life to the fullest. No longer animated, no more physical expressions of pain, just violent peace and tortured silence. Cold, curled up form, putrefied, foul-smelling, the heavy stench of rot. Gouge your eyes out, sever your breast, mutilate and burn your body somewhere unknown. 20 stab wounds crusted over with dry blood. Defenseless in a city, a country, a small isolated place, a charred-up house somewhere. No one knows. Everyone knows. But no one seems to care. I wrote that poem in 1996, a few years before the Trans Day of Remembrance was officially established. And who would have thought that a poem written over a decade ago would be as poignant today as it was then? On this memorable day, I think it's crucial that we remember a few of the names of the countless victims who perished over the years for no other reason than living their lives. Like Rita Hester, whose death had incited the initiation of Trans Day of Remembrance. Rita was a fun, vivacious individual, a non-judgmental soul who had friends in the trans and heterosexual community. Who could have fathomed that someone loved by so many people would be stabbed to death? And let's not forget the other victims who preceded Rita, like Richard Goldman, a trans man, who was shot and killed by his father, a retired state judge, who feared ridicule from people because of his child's problem. And there was Brandon Tina, who was barely out of his teens when he met his fate, a strong, fearless trans man whose brutal rape and lack of police intervention led to him and his friends being murdered. And who can forget Tyra Hunter, a trans woman who was the victim of a car accident. Upon medical personnel discovering that she was born male, thought reveling over the fact that she had a penis took precedence over saving her life. Those wasted minutes were invaluable and could have prevented her death. Though the EMS and fire departments didn't create the circumstances which caused the accident, they held a metaphoric gun that ended her life. And what about the countless AIDS victims in nondescript places all over the globe who, because they are transgendered, are denied medical services and die as a result? In my opinion, the people who deny trans people medical attention resulting in their deaths should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
That's right, that's
and
right.
be tried and charged with murder.
That's right.
Do I get an amen here?
Amen.
What is this transphobic disease that manifests itself as hate? What is that element that festers in people's minds that allows them to commit such heinous acts? To go so far as to murder someone and then mutilate their body, or to deny people medical attention or employment based on their gender. It angers me to conceive of all the beautiful lives whose full potential will never be realized. These transgender men and women never had a chance. But here on their behalf, we do have a chance. We have a chance to respect and honor those who passed on, but let's not let this day pass in vain. Unfortunate as it is, there is nothing more that we can do for them, but there is something we can do for us. We can learn to love and respect ourselves and nurture one another. In our community, because it's so subjugated, the only scapegoat we have is one another. Let's put an end to the arguing, the fighting, the reading of one another. It gets us nowhere and detracts from the strength of our movement. In other words, let's not let the phrase trans hate crime be a metaphor for us hating ourselves. Don't let the outside hatred from the world be a catalyst that permits us to hurt one another. Their projection of us doesn't have to be our projection of ourselves. Love yourself and thy neighbor with impunity. Let's keep our eye on the prize, never forgetting the unity we can afford ourselves in numbers. And to celebrate the good times, the joy, and the fortification of who we are. Even in commemorating our dead, let's never forget to honor each other and to celebrate life. Thank you.